What the? Oh, that's the favorite list. No, we want. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, we'll do part one. Let's see. Joanne, how are you? What's going on? How are you, sweetie? You still at work? Hey everyone, my name is Jennifer. I run a music live Monday through Friday between 4 to 6 p.m. Normally it's a little bit more lively, but I threw out my back over the weekend and I'm still not fully recovered, so therefore we're having it as a sit down. But everybody's still invited to enjoy the tunes, sing, dance, have a good time, chill out, groove. That's what we're here for. My name is Jennifer. If you have any questions on any of the music I played, let me know and I'll put it in the chat. Good to see you, Joanne. Welcome, Mr. Waller. What's going on? And if you notice me looking like away, that's because I have separate monitors showing me stuff because, yeah, my eyesight's pretty bad, so, like, the stuff coming up in the chat is, like, tiny to me, so every so often I have to look here. Thank you for the heart. Not bad. No, hanging out at Starbucks for a minute. Ah, you're off today? Welcome to the chat, everyone. We're going to be replaying my 80s set that I did, was it 2 weeks ago? Normally, I put together a brand new set, but I haven't been feeling the best. So, just want to give love to the 80s. Yeah, played hooky today. Oh, I wish I could have done that. Unfortunately, I did that on Monday, but that was because I was, like, incapacitated. Oh, the dregs of getting older. Damn it. Let me see who else is going on, who else is around, and see if anybody wants to chill out and groove. Some days, you know, playing hooky is necessary. Everybody needs a mental day every so often. And there's nothing wrong with mental health days. Eliezer, what's going on? You're here early. Yo, thank you for showing up. What's going on, man? Don't mind me, I'm just sending the invites to everybody. At a Yo, for real? Question. How are the vibes? Immaculate per usual? Well, I try. You gotta tell me at least what sport you work for. Not necessarily the team. I totally understand not telling me the team, but at least what sport you work for. This way, I kind of get an understanding of what your schedule's like here. Ah, fair enough. So you're in busy season. Fair enough. Totally understand. Because, like, you know, like, if you were in football, it's like slow season. I knew somebody who worked for front office for a basketball team, so, you know, I know from them, like, when things go crazy. But thank you for coming through, man. Longest season of sports. Fair. Especially with these days, I mean, it used to be, September, and now it, like, runs into October for the World Series, so it's like, come on. It's just nuts at this point. And we play all dang summer. Well, yeah, that's true. At least you get, like, the winter, I mean, a brief winter off, right? So, at least that's pretty decent. You know. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Don't mind me, my back is still out. That's like, I'm not fully 100%, so I'm here. But I try to be there for everybody. How's it back today? Better. So I took a walk this morning just to kind of get my body moving. And I was able to at least get around, but I still have that dull pain. So I'm using E-stim to deal with it, but it's better today. I'm so appreciative. I appreciate the 1,000 taps. Hey, you better turn me on. Joe, what did you do on your day off today? Yeah. Elio's like, me and my back is kind of like your usual, like, if you're working baseball. Jesus, I can imagine the injuries, the level of injuries you have to, like, not you specifically, but your team deals with in a season. It's just like, sometimes, Joe, some days you just need a, like unplugged day, so it's fully acceptable. That's when chair dancing comes in handy. For real. Back problems are the worst. Got hit in the head last year. We got funky stuff at the park. I believe it. I used to like going to, my husband and I used to like going to minor league games because you have a lot of the young ones like trying to kind of get into the majors. So the games are a lot more interesting, but the stadiums are smaller too. So that means like foul balls go all over the place. But it's still fun to watch, and the tickets are a lot cheaper. When I was in New York, when I lived in New York, I used to go to see the Cyclones. I used to like going to see the Brooklyn Cyclones like every year. So it was a lot of fun. A lot cheaper, more affordable. Exactly, and more family friendly. I like being able to go to the minor league parks and be able to bring family and friends, and have a good time. A lot of times it's just a lot of people, local people, coming to see you too, and so it's really cool to actually watch minor league games. And a lot more family friendly these days too. Overwhelmed and understaffed. Overworked and understaffed, I know what you mean. What's your local team? So it used to be, it was the farm team for one of the Atlanta Braves. I think they called them the Fire Frogs for a while, and then they moved out of that stadium. So I used to be a Mets fan because literally I lived in Flushing. I was a walk away to the stadium. Growing up, you could see it out my bedroom window. But now I don't really follow my local team. It would be like the Tampa Bay Rays, I think is the closest team to me. But yeah, we went to go see a Fire Frogs game. We want to go to Port St. Lucie to see the Mets farm team up there when they have their they're having their spring opener, but next year. Yeah, I grew up with baseball. I actually, not to age myself too much, Florida Fire Frogs. Yeah, they had a cool logo. I think. What was that? So we went to go see them one time when the Mets farm team was in town, and that was when, what's that football player that went into baseball? You know what I'm talking about. the like hyper religious one, you know what I'm talking about. He's not in my brain right now, but he was there, and I saw him play. My union rep says used to get us Yankee tickets. The old stadium or the new stadium? I've only ever been to the old stadium a long time ago. I think it was like I was fortunate to get, yes, Tim Tebow. That's it. Tim Tebow was part of the Mets farm team, and they were playing there that one time, so I got to see him play. So, yep, it's definitely Tim Tebow. Yeah, he was a Met for a brief period. But it's nice seeing the minor league teams. I used to like going to, as I said, the Brooklyn Cyclone Stadium because it was right off the water from Coney Island. So you had, because of how the ballpark was situated, you had the nice breeze of the sea breeze coming in. So for summer games, it was nice. But I got to see Miguel Cruz when he was nice. Minors, I think, I wish people would promote minor league games a little bit more because they're a lot of fun and they're a lot cheaper to go to. Because they're all fighting for a spot, so they're going to try to put on their A game. To me, I think it's just a little bit more exciting. But also, baseball is one of those sports that is always better in the stadium than watching on television. It's always been that way. Yeah. "100% in person is better." Yeah. But also, you get the energy of all the other watchers. Because what I find is a lot of fun. When I used to go to Mets games, better when you're in the upper when you were in, I used to get, as a kid growing up, I used to get in the orange section field seats because my mother was part of a company that they had extra tickets, so I would go on occasion. But that was fun. But the upper deck was hilarious because you had people that were hardcore fans that paid for the $10 tickets, when they were $10 major leagues. And you would hear them cuss out the players. It was so funny. But the thing is, you kind of got into it because they were they didn't care. And it's just, it's understandable why some ball players have it in their contract stipulating that if they ever get traded, they cannot get traded to New York because they just can't take the stress. I totally get it. For all the games that I've ever been to, in New York, oh my god, I get it. I totally get it. Not everybody can deal with that kind of strain. I can only imagine for the pitchers too, because you're literally in center stage at that point. How do you like Juan Soto? I love that I honestly haven't been following this season. I normally, I have a love-hate relationship with the Mets, particularly with the. Sometimes it's with the coaching staff. I did not like Cubbage when he was the coach. I thought he was an asshole. But the back office burned me from my personal experience. The team, I think, honestly, and this, I say this more for the Yankees and sometimes the Mets, they're too focused on strength training, which is why they have injuries. But Mets never ever got out of the mindset of, every time that hits, mid-season, all of a sudden they kind of fall apart. They never got out of that. I wish they did, because, this is why, even when Mike Piazza was in the team, it's just, they still couldn't get a World Series win. And honestly, I don't feel, even though I gripe about it, I don't feel as bad the fact that the 86 team mostly went to the Yankees. when Steinbrenner when Steinbrenner was still alive, he just basically pilfered the entire 86 team. Hey Shells, how are you? I like the current team. Yeah, you know what? The fact that they have people willing to pay money to actually build out the team the way it's supposed to, not like when Doubleday owned it. Doubleday didn't really care. They were just using it as like a money bag. Like honestly, they didn't really give a damn. Like, let's see. Would be cool yeah, it would be cool to see them make it. I agree with you 100%. Shells, I missed you. I hope you're okay. We're playing 80s music, and hopefully they'll like get you a beat. I remember Piazza Days. He was awesome. Yes, he was awesome. And the thing is, like, he was a good catcher, you know, but he was just a good, strong presence for the team. Like, yeah. Yep, DeBarge. You know, if I had to do an 80 set, I had to put El DeBarge in there, right? It's like it's a necessity. Like, Shells, don't mind me. I think I told you I threw out my back. That's why I'm like doing my sets this week sitting down, because I'm trying to recover and I don't want to hurt myself. Yeah, Mike Piazza was good, and you know, and honestly, the team needed that. Did need that like star player for at least those years, but Doubleday was a horrible owner for that team. It was just honestly didn't care about the team at all. I missed you too. Scarlett says, tell her I say hello. We missed the two of you. I thought I may have done something wrong that you guys weren't coming through anymore. I'm glad that you're okay though. El had the best full set. Yes, he did. He had a El DeBarge, yeah, he had an impressive falsetto. That's true. You know, I missed you guys, so I'm glad you're here. I had 2 herniated discs. Oh, yo, did you get that taken care of? That's no fun. That's like no bueno. 2 herniated discs in the neck, in the back. Ooh. Girl, my pain does not match yours. Yours is far worse than mine. Aliozer, what's your favorite team? Since you have not mentioned who you work for, I'm assuming it may be another team that you Tigers. Okay, fair enough. Okay, got to go. Baseball stuff. Peace and love, Jennifer. You're welcome anytime. I'll see you later, man. Detroit. I have no problems with Detroit, man. Now we're going some challenges. Fair enough. God is good. I'm alive. You know what? I do my best, man. Come through anytime. You're always welcome here. Yep, had to throw in Tina Marie too. A little birdie told me that you feel the same. I'm for real, and for you I true blue. Let's make a deal, sugar. All I wanna do. And no high notes stuff. I'm not doing high notes today. It's like I'm sitting down. I don't want to hurt myself. You know, it's true when they say, you know, when you're like hurt or injured, that's when like you really appreciate. Like, if you have money problems, that don't matter as much as like your pain. Like, first things first. Let's deal with the body pain. Have it taken care of. Oh my God, it's the truth. Welcome, Miss Shabby. Or Miss Shea Baby. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, the second you have like any kind of pain in your body, you're like, okay, my bills don't matter anymore. Like, my stresses at work don't matter. Just get this pain taken care of, please. Like, I want to be able to sleep. Oh, I have been living on E-stim, like, heating pads, and, like, back plasters. Yeah. I just walk crooked because of how, so I it's not a spinal thing for me, it's a muscular thing for me, and it's always on my right side, and it's almost like a really bad back muscle cramp that just tilts me. Literally, I'm walking tilted because I can't move forward normally. Hey, Beery, and just like, and honestly, it's like I'm shifting my weight differently because it's so hard to like move comfortably. So that's what happens to me. And then when I'm finally, my back pain is done, then the rest of my muscles are now sore because they had to adjust to my back being out. I use Patine because I have. Oh wow! I'm grateful. I've never had to do that, but like ibuprofen doesn't work. Beery, what's going on? But so have you been able to go to the doctor, Shells, and have your pinched nerve taken care of, and herniated disc? Herniated disc is not fun, yo. Take an Epsom salt. Oh, yo. Oh, those Epsom salt bath is nice. It's like because people don't understand how much magnesium makes your muscles feel so much better. And the fact that, that's why people take Epsom salt baths, because of the magnesium in it. And it's just like, it just makes life a lot easier. Welcome to everyone new in the chat. My name is Janifer. I run a music live Monday through Fridays between 4 to 6 p.m. And I encourage people to dance, sing, hang out, have a good time, because that's what we're here for. They are a pill mill. Yes. Yep. I try to avoid pills as much as possible. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. Okay. So, because I forget, yes, we have, what is it? Toki the plant? I'm assuming you're like my big boy over here. And yes, it is 100% real, and yes, it is a money plant. And the reason why it's so big is because it's over 10 years old. So, yeah, it's, oh my god, I'm glad you're here though. And I understand, you're feeling a little down. Totally get it. When your body's not in the best shape, I know how it does. It hits you emotionally. I've been going through that too. So, but I'm like, I have to come through for my people, because I know how good it feels when my people show up for me. So I have to show up for them. So I am here. For the color of the wire, the walls are heartache, bang, bang. That's how I see it, But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad all my people are coming through, and let's see if we can get some more people into the queue. See how everybody's doing. And the yays is because I've shared my live. Let's see. I haven't seen her in a hot minute. We have, let's see, haven't seen them. Candace, let's see. No, I've already sent the invite out to them. I don't want to harass people. Alright. Just making sure I share. I love Toki. He's pretty. Oh. No, there was a person that came through by the name of Toki, the plant lover. And so, a lot of times, plant lovers literally will stop on my live because of Big Boy over there. And that's why I call him Big Boy. and literally started out as a foot-tall money tree that I got from somebody that was selling a plant store in my old neighborhood in Queens, and it sat on my desk at BT. It's funny because when I moved to Florida, it started just growing a lot more, but I put it into a bigger pot. And my old boss was like, that's gotten big. She hasn't seen it this big at this point. Hey Alexis, how are you? I missed you. Yeah, I'm sitting down for this live. Throughout my back, and so I am trying to keep trying to do my live and be there for people and hang out. And that yay is because I shared my live a bunch of times. and that's what that's the sound effect that happens when people share my live. So how are you? How's everybody's week going? I hope it's at least pretty decent for you. Yes, that's a Gretzko shirt. Okay, hold on. If it's reversed, it says, do no harm and take no shit. Oh no, I hope you feel better soon. I appreciate that. I'm better, but I've been hitting it with E-stim and heat repeatedly. And thankfully, I'm able to walk with little pain now, but I'm still not there 100%. Love it. Look, when I saw a Gretzko and I understood her story, I was like, yo, we can all feel that, the abuse we take at work, the level of abuse we take at work, and trying to just live. What is necessary for us to just live as human beings and not feel like we want to kill anything and everything. Sometimes you just need a mic and just scream it out. Granted, I am not I don't do metal, but I can feel her. I can understand her. Joanne, if you're not aware, so a Gretzko is a Sanrio character. She has a series on Netflix, 2 or 3 seasons. When she's stressed, she goes to a karaoke room and does screaming metal. She's an office worker, really nice and sweet and get taken advantage of at work. But when she goes to the karaoke bar, she just lets it all out. So something that we both understand in more ways than one. Oh my goodness. And some days you need that way of venting, right? And the thing is, there's a reason why rage rooms exist. People pay money to break stuff. And sometimes, yeah, you do need that. Oh my god, I love karaoke. So, Shells, Joanne, who's in the room right now, I think she may be just doing something else, but she's in the room. Joanne and myself, and sometimes you'll see a couple of people that come through. We know each other from the karaoke circuit in New York. I do not know why it's so difficult for me to learn work culture. Because, you know what? Work culture, a lot of it has to do with the mentality of so Gen X kind of fell into it because this was originally something from the older generation, right? And it's evolved since. It's not you, honestly, because you're not the first person I've ever heard that says understanding work culture. So I'm overly friendly and don't understand being sneaky. And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with that, because I don't like bullshit either, so I get it. One of these days I'm going to break out some drowning pool bodies. So for those that are not aware, Joanne does she is great with rapping and party rap and a lot of fun music when she does karaoke. The woman is known for it. She can pull a crowd like nobody I've ever seen doing that kind of music, because most people don't do it well. She does it well. And she is a fellow New Yorker. She's out. Joanne, you're out in the Bronx, right? Yeah. So my people come through so often. We're all you'll hear about karaoke stories from each and every one of us. Janet, who comes through here as well, I think she's also out from Queens. I feel so behind not understanding how to act a certain way for. Honestly, it might just be the place that you're working for rather than like office politics. Because truthfully, it has to do with where you work and the people around that you work for. Because the culture is different per company. I know from personal experience. So it's not necessarily about, it all being the same. It's not. It's just literally what is the culture in the company that you work for. I feel so, let's see. I live there now. Thank you so much. And yes, professionalism. Agreed. But, what? So you're not understanding. Okay, just so I'm clear, I'm assuming that you mean that people don't have professionalism that you've worked with in office jobs, or is it that you don't understand what their level of professionalism is? Because there are different like levels of it based off of who you're dealing with on a daily basis. Are you dealing with C-suite? Are you dealing with like middle management? Are you dealing with like like people that work on the ground floor, which are like some of the fun people. Because as I said, that differs per group that you're dealing with. Thank you for all the likes. I understand professionalism being the culture of pretending, acting. I don't understand. Okay. So a lot of times those are people that you want to stay away from in regards to the pretending, the acting, because usually those are in respect to people that are trying to climb up the ladder in ways that you don't want to be associated. I'm currently looking for a new position and I'm nervous. I hate. Girl, you're not the same. You're not the only one. We're all in the same boat. Like literally, you are the third person I've spoken to in the past week that is in the same boat in regards to looking for something new. So, yo, you are like, we're all in the same boat. Yeah, honestly, if you feel that it's a toxic environment in regards to like the pretending and the acting, and I agree with you. I don't like that bullshit either. One of the great things like I've learned is you find the people that you connect with and you literally stick with them. That's why whenever I've worked somewhere, I've been able to like make friendships that have extended beyond when like working there. In other words, like I still talk to some of my old coworkers at BET. Like I still have connections with some of the people that I worked with at Universal Music Group. And Sony too, and that was like 20 years ago. So you find who you work well with, or who you can, be honest with, and choose to stick with them, and everybody else just stay away from. I had to leave a previous position because it was so toxic. I was kind, but they started gossiping. Yeah, I hate those people too. I hate those people, and usually they're the ones that are the ones causing problems within the first month. But I had nothing to gossip about. Honestly, it's better that you kind of stick to yourself in that case. Usually I stay away from gossipers. For some weird reason, I've always been able to like gravitate to people that I have like similar interests with, like music or anime or like cosplay or stuff like that. For some odd reason, because I think our DNA is the same, it's just like I've been able to gravitate to the same people, like similar interest people, and just like and just being able to like, if you have nothing really good to talk to them about, you're like just like to avoid them. So you don't need to fall into their groove. You just have to find whoever is like that you share something with. Drama does drain your life. You're absolutely right, Shells. Jealousy creeps in often at workplaces for me too. One person started making up policies out of... Yo, that's a hater right there. Goodness, what's up? How's everybody doing? I love the fact that all my people are coming through, in spite of me getting compliments on my work. Alexis, you know, if you know that you're doing well, that's also another thing is always try to keep somebody in HR in the back pocket. Especially if it's the person that hired you, that got you in, and like that signed your papers to get you in. Always keep them in your back pocket just in case you get people that harass you, because there's always that one person, and they're known to do that to other people, and they're the ones that are causing the toxic environment. And I've learned that when there's always somebody like that, you're not the first one that they've attacked. In which case, you know, if there's enough complaints with HR about that one person, out. Candace, we're talking about jobs, and we're talking about toxic work environments because I'm wearing a Gretzko t-shirt. I hate that I left so soon because it was showing to be toxic. Definitely should have stayed. Yeah, I got a new position, but I couldn't. Perhaps one of the worst positions that I've ever been in was a company that represented famous people, and I was there as a temp, but it was a temp to perm kind of thing, right? This woman was from a wealthy family, and unless she wanted to speak to you, you were not there. You were literally invisible. She did not see you. Shannon, how are you? How are you, sweetie? For those that are here that don't understand why I'm sitting down, is because I busted my back over the weekend and I'm still healing. So I'm here for everybody because I felt the need to. You're there for me, so I feel that I should be there for you. So I'm replaying my 80s part 1 mix, and I'm just wanting to share the love. But yes, the most toxic job I had. This woman was so bad. Okay, she had only 8 staff in her office. Basically, everybody was either fired or left within 2 months of me being there. And the replacements that for a while, my agency loved me because they're like, you stayed with this woman for 2 months and didn't get burned. You were the one who left. Like, she didn't fire you, you left. It's like, yes. And I'm never going back there again. Even if she begs, I'm never going back there again. There are some people who are evil. And and I looked her up, her office not too long ago, and it looks like she closed shop. You know what? People get their due. I get it. We can only handle what our bodies can take. That's why I can't do stressful work environments, and I've already dealing with toxic home too. Yeah, it's not worth it. You know, Alexis, once you're able to free yourself from all that, even rooming with somebody, and getting out of home environment and that is toxic, or job environment that's toxic, you'll just find yourself a safe space. Because honestly, whenever you can find yourself a safe space, it'll allow you to breathe better. Thank you, Shannon. Shannon, you get a request. Whatever song you want. Sounds like Tell Truth. The fact that the agency was aware of her treatment and still sent people to... Because honestly, she didn't give them enough of a red flag to say, we can't send you anybody anymore. But Shannon, you get... Because anybody who sets a Lucky Cat gets song choice to request today. So... let me know what your song choice is, and I like what you're listening to. Yo, we're doing all ladies today, so. But if you decide you want something, let me know. I'll put it in the queue for you. What I need, that's what I need so bad, especially having MS. I had this disease. Yeah, MS sucks. I know a couple people who have gone through it. The thing is, honestly, it forces you to learn stress management, but also, basically getting to the point in your life where you don't give up about what people say or think. 80s, 80s is great. Thank you for the cake. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. So, Alexis, you'll find the place, but even if it's not at work, like, because I had the same situation. For me, it was home and work, like, and it was just totally stressful. So I tried to carve out places that I could go to, where it made me feel like I could breathe, like I could feel safe. I was the youngest in my state to have it at the time. That totally blows. And I know that it's worse when it's your family that's causing the stress, and because it feels like there's no escape. Know that freaking well. But now that you're older and you're able to make your own money, find ways to literally, like, whether it be friend groups or places to go to. For me, I used to love going to museums by myself, and that was my way of, like, even taking a walk in the park, something to get away from the strain and the stress of what everybody was trying to put on me. It's not fair, but sometimes you just have to find your sanity somewhere. Yes, absolutely, Shannon. We need an escape. All of us do. And we should be allowed to have that and not. And if anybody makes you feel guilty for having that, then they're not there for you. They're not there to be your friend. They're there to take advantage. All of us need to be able to recharge ourselves, because we cannot give of ourselves if we're completely depleted. As a bartender, it take a lot of, oh Lord Jesus. As a bartender, it take a lot of low vibration people, yeah. Because a lot of times people that go to bars are trying to forget or trying to dull issues that they don't want to confront. My mother owned a bar. I grew up with drunk people around me a lot, so I'm well aware. Thank you for the heart me. Exactly. Be aware. I am compromised by stress, and still hurting me is so self. You know what? You have to find ways for yourself, because if nobody's going to give you the opportunity to take care of what you need to, so you could function. We're not talking about being we're not talking about extra benefit here. We're talking about base level functionality. You need to be able to benefit here. We're talking about base level functionality. You need to be able to get that for yourself, because otherwise, you're literally walking around blind. You can't function at all. I totally get it. And by the way, it is not selfish of you to feel that you need time for yourself. Being aware I'm compromised by stress and still hurting me is so selfish. It is not selfish. It is being aware of what your triggers are and knowing that you have to find methods to handle that health crisis. Are you going to get pissed off at somebody who is having a panic attack? No. It's not selfish, because all of us have levels, right? And all of us have levels of stress that we can handle. And it's not equal to it's not equal. Some people can handle stress better than others. Some people, because of medical conditions, they, you with your MS, and that my old coworker, because of her MS, there's nothing wrong with you having to get a baseline of de-stress, and because you're not asking everything around you to be calm. I lost almost all my 20s because I couldn't regulate for myself, and I felt guilty each time. Honestly, that's because of the abuse that you took. Don't worry about that. Just wanted to stop by and say hello. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the day. Thank you for stopping by, Candace. You're always welcome here anytime. I couldn't regulate myself, but I was not defending. But you didn't know you had to defend yourself, and you shouldn't feel bad about it. Back then, healing. When you know your healing is when you've gotten to that point in your life where you're no longer feeling bad about you wanting to get the baseline of respect and self-healing, because literally you've had so much abuse on you that any kind of self-care is seen as like being selfish or guilty, because you're not focusing on the person that's demanding the attention. And truth of the matter is, like, as I said, you cannot give of yourself when you are empty. And if they're trying to get you when you are empty and basically not take care of you, then they're not people to have around you. You have the right to have your safe space, to have your quiet place, to have your de-stress place, to have the moments where you need to breathe and breathe. Even celebrities have that, and if they don't, then they have to fire the people they have around them and hire people that are going to give them the peace that they need. Like, you never, ever, 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 ever feel guilty for wanting the basic need of like a peaceful environment for yourself, even for a moment, so you could just kind of release. Self-care is imperative. You're absolutely right, Shannon. Self-care is absolutely critical, and you should never, ever, ever feel guilty about, the need to, like, recharge yourself, to take care of yourself. I feel behind too, because that's my mental state now, that I feel sorry I didn't see it. You know what? As long as you see it, that's just everybody. For everybody, it's a different course, and it's just a step-by-step action to move forward. It's not going to be, you cannot be expected to have everything like fix itself overnight. It's not going to. It's a continuous working journey, even for all of like those of us who go through like anxiety or depression. It's sometimes we backslide, but the thing is, like, as long as we're always trying to move forward, it's fine. Anybody who goes through therapy will tell you that there's going to be times where you kind of, like, regress, and there's nothing wrong with that. But as long as you're cognizant of it, and you're like, okay, that was my moment. Because remember, all of this is chemical. This is not just you feeling bad. This is continued abuse causes chemical changes in your brain. This is actually chemical. So, and it has a lot to do with literally how your mental pathways are like processing information. Because just how muscles get stronger the more you use them, the pathways to abuse in your brain, those parts of your brain get worked more the more you get abused. Fight or flight becomes stronger, and those behaviors become more readily available to you as your default, because they have been the normal way of you handling things for so long. And honestly, it's about working that out of your system. And do not ever feel bad about you trying to take care of yourself, despite anybody who says otherwise. That's why when people say like trust your gut, sometimes it's a dual-edged sword, because if you're somebody who's been abused constantly, your default and your gut might be going into a default of going straight to the abuse or to the actions of the abuse, because you are so used to of going that way, because it's habitual. This is like what feels most natural to you. But understand that sometimes the most natural thing is the thing that's causing you the most difficulty. Yo, that's a word for someone right there. Whoever needed that word, it's like, that's why I always say, if you ever have a question, always ask somebody that you trust to give you an honest answer. Look, this is what I'm going through. Can you let me know, am I doing the right thing? Do you think I'm doing the right thing or the wrong thing? But make sure that the person that you're asking is somebody who's fully grounded, that has no bias toward one way or another, and can give you an objective answer. Because I know when I was going through my stuff, I went to my best friend who was like really like very clear on like being honest with me, and she knows that I prefer that. Be honest with me. Did I do the right thing? Am I wrong to feel this way? And she'd give me an honest answer. And if I was the one that was at fault, then I take that, because okay, I'm responsible. But if it's not me, I will not take ownership of somebody else's bullshit. I remember that was my biggest concern and why I started therapy at 17, but I stayed around the abuse. This is all beautifully stated. Those of us that have gone through the clusterfuck of abuse, and it is a cluster, and it's not our fault. Okay, so we are, we have to work through and understand, and I tell this to people that it's not your fault that you were abused, and it's not your fault for feeling bad about it. Okay, even if it's verbal and it wasn't physical, or if it was one or another, whatever iteration of abuse you went through. All right, not one is not more than another. It's all abuse. It all fucked us up. Many of us have long-lasting damage because of it that's not visible, but doesn't mean that it's any less damaging and any less fucked up for us for our life. But the only thing that we could do is work toward making our lives better, because I'm not responsible for anybody else's life. I'm only responsible for what I do. Okay, if you're a parent, you're responsible for your kid's life. I understand they're minors, they're still growing up, but at the end of the day, I have to answer to myself. I have to look myself in the mirror, and I have to be okay with everything that I've allowed to have happen. Because remember, if you don't set boundaries, or at least, understand, like, for instance, if you're dealing with a narcissists want to fight. They want you to pick a fight with them. So a lot of times they purposely say and do things just so they can pick a fight with you, so they could be the center of attention. If you kind of like walk away with it, it's like, okay, whatever. You take that power away from them. Even if what they said to you was hurtful, just understand that and know that whatever they said that was hurtful has nothing to do with you. It's them wanting to pick a fight because they want to be the center of your world. They want to be the center of that attention. So if you okay, agree with them just so you could get them to literally lose their footing, it throws them off completely. Yes, and it's draining, but it was so satisfying being calm around there. Yep. Because at that point, you are not giving them what they want, and that pisses them off even more. And sometimes it's, we don't necessarily, defending yourself does not necessarily mean like pitching a fit. Yeah, it does make them mad, because then they realize you are not under their control, and they are not the center of your world. And it's just like, it makes them, and then it makes them that much more frustrated. When I stopped focusing on a certain person in my family who is a narcissist, they started complaining to everyone else around, like, about me. And I became the frustration of their world. And people would like come up to me and like tell me, "Why are you being so bad to your mother?" I'm like, yes, it's my mother. And I would be like, what do you mean? And I would actually explain to them the situation on my side, and I'm like, look, truth, This is A, B, C, and D is going on. What do you expect me to do? And they're like, oh, okay. I understand. I've been dealing with this on with my daughter. I've had separated myself from her for... Yeah, sometimes you have to. They love to paint you as, The thing is this. For the longest time, people were defending my mother because they didn't hear my side of the story, or they were not the subject to their abuse. And then people were defending my mother because they didn't hear my side of the story, or they were not the subject to their abuse. And then I got older, and then she started hurling, because I was no longer the target, because I was no longer around, I wasn't living in her home. Everybody was now, her target, and they started feeling what I felt, and then redemption, because at that point they're like, oh, she was lying. People started feeling what I was going through, and because understand, when you are no longer their target, they will find a new target. They will, and then that shows them, that will show everybody their true colors. She hasn't healed, and the cycle of her treating me poorly. I didn't feel welcome. It was, yeah. It's hard to separate yourself from. Yeah, it is. It's hard because you feel like this is somebody you love, and we're told, and it's so stupid. Okay, we're told you have to stay with those people that you love, and help them through it. But the thing is, if they're not searching for help and they do not think something is wrong, you staying there is only confirming, giving them confirmation that nothing is wrong. I love when people start seeing their true colors. It's so satisfying. Exactly. Because the thing is this, once you are no longer their victim, they will find somebody else, especially if they're one to, they need to be the center of attention. And if you're out of that pocket and you're no longer under their control, they will find somebody else. And then other people will see. Other people around them will see, oh, this is their behavior. This is how they normally are. Yup. Absolutely. 100%. And then okay, it wasn't me. You all know it's not me. Yeah, well, the thing is, eventually, I didn't find out until I heard from my aunt what was going on, because I had disconnected with my mother, and she had basically continued her level of abuse to other people, and then I started hearing from other family members, oh, so this is what you were going through. It's like, yeah. They would come to me. My father even came to me when he started becoming the subject of it. It was like, I never lied to you. But it was difficult because my mother was so... Oh! They're good at that. They're good at that. Holy crap. Oh my god. Look, some of the most charming people you will ever meet are narcissists. That is a way... They will love bomb you. They'll be so... My mother is horrendously charming. She's she'll make you feel like you're the center of the world. She's really good at it. She, for God's sake, she owned a bar for over a decade, and she had repeat customers. People loved her. They thought she was she was the sweetest woman. They did not know her. They did not know her. The hardest part for me is not being able to see my grandsons. She has talked about me, and you know what? People will show their true colors. Your grandsons will see. If the thing is, when you get out of that pocket, I hate to say it, she'll do that to your grandkids, and eventually they will separate from her, because remember, when you get out of that line of abuse, she will start abusing other people, and eventually they will come back. I hate to say it, but it's going to be a matter of time. So you were like, I can't believe she would do that, and that's why I'm cautious of people. People are like, oh, she would never, for my mother, oh, she would never do that, It's like, oh, she's so nice, and she's like, my mother had a reputation of being like really, it was to the point, okay, when I was doing karaoke in New York, in like downtown Manhattan, my mother's bar was in downtown, so the people that used to go to this place I used to compete at, they knew me from my mother. They like, oh, you're what's her name's daughter, and that's how they referred to me as for the longest time. So they're like, oh, your mother's fantastic, she's so great, she's so sweet. Oh. And eventually they got to meet me and know me, and it became a different story because I didn't talk to them about my mother. You know, there was no point. I was like, this is how I am, and they got to know me, and then I reclaimed my own name. It's like, oh, this is Janifer, rather than this is who, like, this person's daughter. Hey, Two Cap, how you doing? The hardest part for me is not being able to see my grandson, so people are like, I can't believe she would do that, and that's why I'm cautious of people. Them, and they look at me differently. She doesn't like that. I am so loving by men. I will write them letters and let them know I love them, but I can't with her anymore. Yeah, you got to do what you need to in Manhattan. Well, that's where I'm actually from. I'm originally from Queens, New York, but my mother owned a bar in Manhattan, and like I used to work for her like when I was a kid, and she would have karaoke there, which is how I got into it. Yes, not my mom. Good, thanks. Did you have a live yesterday? Two Cap? Okay, I've never been to the East Coast. Fair enough. The only time I've been on to the West Coast was like when I was really young. Just an hour. Fair enough. I haven't done any evening lives. This is just like my regular live, basically. Yeah, up until my back gets okay, then I'll start dancing and singing again. Right now I'm just chilling. Me again tonight. Okay, cool. I know New York from shows, and yeah, it's different. You stretching or yoga? Walking, doing E-stim and heat, and it's been helping. I want to visit some. You should. New York is fun. I hope you get your back feels better. I appreciate that too, Cap. It's a lot of people in one area. Yeah, it is a lot of people in one area. You don't need to drive. Truthfully, you don't. You could just walk around and like if you're gonna hang out in Manhattan, you could just walk around and honestly, go through the neighborhoods. It's pretty cool because it's literally there's always something to see. There's always something to see, and the thing is, public transit is so easy to access. Candace, you have no. Excuse me. Oh yeah, that's right. Candace left. Alexis, you have no reason to feel anything less than. Let me, if I were to confirm to you, you are right to find a space for yourself that feels safe, and do not let anybody make you feel bad about that. Oh my God. Plus 4 times rent. Oh. Yeah. Now they go over $1,200. Yeah, that's yeah. In Orlando, that's in a bad neighborhood. That's $1,200. If you're looking for 900 square feet, you're paying You're paying over $2,000 a month in like Orlando, Kissimmee area. So by Disney, but and it's like people would think, oh, it's like Florida is supposed to be cheap. Nope, not anymore. Tampa's worse. And I don't even want to think about Miami. Jesus Christ. That would be like so ridiculously pricey. But those like rental market right now, it's like people are taking advantage of it because it's so expensive to even buy a home. So it's like they're like taking advantage of and abusing people over it. It's so stupid. My landlord is pretty cool. I've been here 11 years. She's fair. That's hard to come by. Yeah, if you get a good landlord that doesn't spike up your rent every year, you're good. You are so good. Especially one that's not going to be an asshole to you. You know, if you're a good tenant, like you pay your rent on time, you don't like make too much noise, you don't damage the apartment, it's so hard to find a decent renter that like a landlord has to be okay with like keeping whoever is going to be good in their spot, because that's going to give you less hassle. The ones across the street were renovating and they were going for 6. Like, it's nuts. Those that understand, I've heard it from people who actually own residences, like that they rent out. They have such a hard time finding somebody that they can trust to be on their property, to not damage their property, and to keep it in good condition, and that doesn't cause a problem with the neighbors. And the thing is, like there's a lot more pains in the ass that you have to go through to jump those hurdles than it is to keep a good renter in. If you get a good renter, just like make sure that don't get taken, but like make sure that you keep them happy. It's so common sense, man. I don't understand. Like, people are like, oh, well, you're losing out. You could be, getting some money off of that. It's like honestly, some people like do stupid things for the sake of one hit of money when they could just they miss out on peace and a continual feed of an income that's not going to cause them any problems. It's like in when you're talking about stocks, it's like trying to be a day trader and just like buy and sell like in a day and causing yourself stress, versus buying something that that's going to rise slowly over time, because like that that is not going to go down in price anytime soon. Like, for instance, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, like big companies. It's just like, okay, I'm leaving it there. I'm not going to stress about it. That's it. I prefer no stress. No stress is good. I don't need to add extra stress if I don't have to. Like, look, if I could de-stress my life more, I'm fantastic. No stress sounds great. Exactly. Shannon, you work at a bar. You understand what I mean. It's always a good thing when you have customers that are not going to be assholes, that will pay you and tip and not give you issue on the bill or how watered out the drinks are, if they are watered or not. Exactly. It's there's a reason why you have regulars. Regulars are people that are not going to cause you problems. Hopefully. Hopefully. There's a reason why regulars are such a wonderful thing. I love my regulars, most of them. Exactly. But there are some of them that give you shit. I totally get it. As I said, I worked at my mom's bar, I know how that can be. There's some regulars that are like, dude, can you just find someplace else to go to, please? the ones that cause problems. I knew this one guy who was a regular at a karaoke bar I used to go to frequently, and he always presented himself as somebody who was wealthy. He was he produced Broadway shows, whatever have you, whether big or small, I don't know, but that's what he said he did, right? But there were times where he would come to the bar and the bartenders wouldn't want to serve him because his card would be declined so often. It's like there were times where they're like, dude, you haven't even paid your old tab yet, But he always went back, and eventually he would pay. But the fact of the matter is, like, if you can't even pay your tab, you're shortchanging the bar staff and it's pissing them off. And yeah, he would always come in and just like, But the thing is this: he must have had some clout because he had a lot of photos of him with like in Broadway shows, like with the cast and crew and the production. So, dude, where is your money going? I don't like it when I was working at the bar and somebody would be like, they would drink to the point, they would drink so much that it would be up until how much the money they had. Like, they didn't leave enough for a tip. But being an alcoholic, yeah, I dealt with that before. Well, not me being an alcoholic, but dealt with alcoholics before. Like, and literally they would and why is it that they either think they are so charming when they're drunk? I don't know about you, but I've had to deal with like people that were really drunk and they thought, oh, they were hot stuff when they were drunk, and then they would try to hit on me, and I'm like, no. And it's like, I can smell what kind of alcohol you've been drinking. No. Oh man, it's like I know where I am avoiding red flags because I know where my hard-earned money would go to. Even if you didn't have enough money to pay the bill, I'd be paying your bill. No, it's like people are crazy. It's like, dude, I have a strict rule: no dating regulars or coworkers. It's a good rule. It's a good rule. When it comes to the bar scene, it's a very good rule. Honestly, because especially with the bar scene, 9 times out of 10, you guys have a regular spot you go to, and then rumors start going on. Everybody knows everybody else, and everybody will know your business. It's like, no, you don't need that. No, you don't need that. Like, after the bar closes, there's another bar that you guys go to just to chill out, to kind of unwind, and you can hang, but yeah, and then everybody knows it's your business. No. It's bad enough that other customers, even if they're not regulars, potentially are dating fodder, right? Oh, yeah. Phoenix is big, too. So, 100K people, but the scene is small. Yeah, it's changed. So, the bar scene, when I was still going to bars, is such a different vibe now. Such a different vibe. But also, even the dance clubs, such a different vibe, right? There wasn't... When I was going, there wasn't Instagram. And, there was, the beginnings of Facebook, right? And people weren't taking photos just to say you were there, right? And people were, dancing at the club. I got stories about that. That's, disgusting and heinous and weird. I know everything. People trust me. I listen, but people but don't talk. I work in live music dance places. It's the whole field has changed. So, so I know from what people have told me when they've gone back to New York clubs that it's just a different scene. Where, dance clubs are no longer dance clubs anymore. Live music venues have kind of gone to the wayside if they've disappeared completely from New York scene. We have live music 4 to 5 days a week. In New York, you don't have that very much anymore. Shells, welcome back. Yeah. I literally, and the thing is, it's fine, times change. It's hard to come by here too. Yeah, it's changed because the thing is, the places where a lot of these venues are, like live music venues are, because the rent was so cheap for the residentials, because like live music would be playing, people would be partying outside. Now people are moving in and complaining and then are closing down all these venues. It's like, that's what happened to New York. I don't know about Phoenix, but at least, it's just changed. Yeah. John Waite. I used to love this song too. I still do. What my friends say. This is the message that I'm sending out. But yeah, it's honestly, I'm not of the dating age anymore, obviously, because I'm married. Happily so. But even if I were in like open, like if like one day where I become single again for whatever reason, I don't know how I would meet somebody outside of like potentially online. I'm happily single, and because I hate to say it, like when I was dating, it was just, I hated dating in New York. People are so freaking pretentious. Shells, do you feel me? You being a New Yorker know exactly what I feel. And if Joanne is still in the chat, which she isn't, but if Joanne was still in the chat, she would feel me too. Foxy, how are you? I haven't seen you in a hot minute. How have you been? Dating is, oh my god. It's just like, well, New York, when you're in a relationship with them, they're talking about things you really don't want to have to talk about. But unfortunately, in this situation, it's a necessity. Freaking slab of bacon. This is my husband. Oh, Jesus. But yes, I ended up with my husband on a fluke. And thank you for the likes. Shannon, whether you do or don't find somebody, whether you want to or not, I hope you're happy. That's all that. I hope all of you are happy. That's all I ever want for any of you. Because, like, not everybody needs to be in a relationship, honestly, because some people, like, if your piece is being single, then God bless you. Some people like being in relationships, some people don't. And you have the right to do however you want. Some people like poly. I have never gravitated toward that. But hey, if that's you, as long as everybody's consenting, go for it. Everybody has the right to find their happiness, whatever that looks like, as long as it doesn't harm anybody else. I think that's the only caveat. There's nothing wrong with that. Shells, you were talking about being hungry. I feel like I need to make myself a sandwich. I'll do it later. It's like, that's an idea. Don't mind me being silly. You can let me down easy, but not tonight. We're running with the shadows of the night. So baby, take my hand, it'll be alright. Surrender all your dreams to me tonight. They'll come true in the end. Don't mind me. I had to throw in one. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you guys came through. I missed all of you. Honestly, I did. Like, Shannon, I missed you. Shells, I missed you. Miss Shy Baby, you are welcome to come through however you like. I know you're new here, but welcome. Surrender all your dreams to me tonight. Through in the end. Midnight angel, won't you say it well? Take my hand, it'll be alright. I used to love doing the song karaoke. It'll come through in the end. Shadows of the night, so baby take my hand. Shannon, are you working today? To me tonight, it'll come through in the end. Shadows of the night, so baby take my hand, you'll be alright. Surrender all your dreams to me tonight. This is interesting. So, I have to get ready for work. Funny enough, that showed up on my browser, but not on my phone. Thankfully, I have my browser. So I have to get ready for work. I have to be there early. Love you, Jennifer. Love you too. But not on my phone. Thankfully, I have my browser. So I have to get ready for work. I have to be there early. Love you, Jennifer. Love you too. I don't have to have side pieces. Nice to meet you, Sharon. I miss you too. You're going to turn me into a squishmallow. There's nothing wrong with being a human squishmallow. It's like sometimes I wish my husband would use me more as a squishmallow. Nice meeting you too. Work 4 minutes from my house. That is a blessing. Oh, I'll see you later, Shannon. You have a great day, and hopefully you get some good tips today. That is so weird, because that part of the chat didn't show up on my... What is going on, TikTok? It's like when TikTok was giving me, like, the weird... You're gonna like this one. Shells, you're of my decade, so you'll appreciate this next one. And I did not realize who was in this video until I, like, saw it. Healthy Hula, how you doing? Healthy Hula, how's your Wednesday going? And that whip is so perfect for this song. Oh, I love sound effects. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for the heart. But literally cameo with a whip. It's just like... That's perfect. Perfect. Oh, crap. Oh my god. How you doing? I'm good. Feeling a little better. My back is a little better from yesterday, but I'm still trying to be a little ginger with it. That was brilliant timing. I mean, granted, I don't think Cameo ever used the whip in any of his videos. Like, but it's just like something you would expect, right? Like, okay, I was like him and Kumo D. I could see, like, all of a sudden the whip coming out somewhere. That's good. Is a throwback. I'm glad you're feeling better. Thank you. Yeah, it is, like, as I said, this was an all 80s set I played about 2 weeks ago, and I'm making because not many of my regulars were able to get to that set, so I decided let me replay it. And that was like 3-hour set. It just ended up being like too much good music to not be longer. That's just so hilarious. Yes, with flip-flop and Reeboks. Damn. Oh my god. You went there. Flat tops and Reeboks. Oh my god. That and, what was it? Scrunchies and banana clips. Oh my god. What is it? Oh my god. Garbage Pail Kids. I am aging myself. Oh my god. Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. Yeah, I am definitely aging myself right there. It's like, I am calling out my age. I don't care. I'm part of that generation. I got nothing to say about that. Slick Rick. MC Light. The Real Roxanne. Oh, what is it? Yeah. There's no shame to my game. There's no shame to my game. Oh my god. It's just thinking, like, 80s me crazy. Big Daddy Kane, yeah.
Good going, stranger.
30. Yeah, to get access to it, just go to my link tree and my profile, and it'll be on that link. Is it your... Oh no, my crochet is a whole nother story. That's like... oh my god. I have so many projects that I've started as like a midway. It's my ADHD that tells me like, oh yeah, something else can get your attention. I have so many things that like I'm midway done with. I just have to finish. But that's like how my brain works a lot of times. Oh yeah. Yeah, as I said, it's just go to my link tree on my profile and you'll be able to find the link and it'll take you. It's like, it's on Printify, so I think I have it as the second link in my link tree. So just go there and you'll be able to find it. There's another one that somebody recently asked me potentially to make merch for, so I may do that too. I get it, I have ADHD, but I have to get things done. So, yeah. That's the case with me too. But it's just like, if it's critical, I will get it done. If it's not critical, it's like, okay, I'll come back to it. There are things I really need to take care of. Okay, they get priority and everything else is like on the back burner. You know how it is. Like, have somebody light the fire underneath you to get it done. It's like, yes, get it done now. Okay, it's priority. All you do is think on a steel horse I ride. Welcome, Nicholas, to the chat. Wild, how you doing? What's going on? That's cool though. But you live. I do not live carefree. Trust me on that. I try to make it look like I live carefree, but you're awesome. Thank you. How you doing, Wild? What's going on? How's your Wednesday? Happy Wednesday. How's your back doing? Better. I was able to at least walk for 15 minutes with a little bit of pain, but it's still numbing. Shells, it's Bon Jovi. I'll put it in the chat for you. Wild, it's better. I did not want to pressure. I didn't want to pressure my luck. So, which is why I'm doing my live like this. Because I'm like, at least, like, I aggravated again. So it's like, no, we're good. I don't want to, like, mess with my back. You know what I'm saying? Okay, good. Yeah, exactly. Baby steps. You know, as long, hopefully by at least tomorrow, I will have no pain. Hopefully. Don't know that for a fact, but fingers crossed. Oh man. Yeah, the chat's been weird. How are you doing, by the way? Yeah, because I have my browser up because for some odd reason my chat on my phone stopped updating after like over half an hour ago. I don't know why. It's a weird glitch. But like thankfully I have my browser up and I've just been updating every so often to see updates on chat. So technical difficulties on TikTok then. Shells, you're more than welcome. Rest well. Will definitely help. Keep it up. Doing my best. I'm a prey. Thank you, Shell. I appreciate you. By the way, how's your daughter doing? I haven't seen her in a hot minute either. How's your daughter doing? I haven't seen her in a hot minute. What has she been up to? Don't mind me being silly. Algorithm, welcome to the chat. I'm saying I want you for the rest of my life. We're doing all 80 steps. Manny, how you doing? My hair is just like not wanting to behave. Oh man. I'm hand her my phone so she can see. Hey sweetie, how are you? Funny enough, Unfortunately, I gotta end my live because it's already after 6. But let's say hang out for a little few more minutes to say hi to you. Haven't seen you in a hot minute. How you doing? What have you been up to? Because I like Scarlett is like you and your mom just went MIA. I was like, are you guys okay? Oh my goodness. I don't know what's going on with my feed. My feed is weird today. Okay, so thank you for joining me on my live today. Uh, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for like, yeah, being a part. My next live will be tomorrow between 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Excuse me. Excuse me. Between 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern, I do a music live generally Monday through Fridays between 4 to 6. For those that are not in the United States, that's -4 UTC. Currently, because we're currently in daylight savings time. So I generally play music from different decades, different styles, different countries even, and I encourage people to dance, sing, have a good time. Um, and basically hang, chat. Currently, I'm usually a lot more lively, but because I threw out my back a couple days ago, I'm sitting to spare myself from throwing my back out again. But yeah, I encourage people to hang out, chill, chat. We have a great group of people that come through here. So if you like what I'm basically like what I'm putting down, Mama T-Rex, yo, you're just coming in just as I'm wrapping up. Oh, damn it. but but if you haven't followed yet, please follow. Please feel free to come back anytime I'm on live. We have a lot of great people that come through here, like Mama T-Rex, like Shells, like Candace, like Shannon. We have a lot of great people, and I love each and every one of them. They're all my people, which means they're proper good people. So, yeah, and I will be also back on Saturday between 11 a.m. to I want to say 1 p.m. Eastern. Yes, you are a menace. Don't worry, I didn't forget you, girl. Let's see. I don't have internet or service, so I can't pop in as often. But Shells, do what you need to. I totally get it. We're like it's life. And Mama T-Rex, even though you are considered a menace, you're a joyful menace in my opinion. In which case, I personally love having you around. All right, so if you want access to this playlist, this was from April 5th. So to get access to my playlist, go to my link tree, which is in my profile. Click on the first link, which will get you to my YouTube page. That will give you access to all my playlists. Just look for the 80s edition part 1. And Mama, I was like, where's Mama T-Rex? Like when I saw Swag running his. By the way, he's not that. He's not that. How do you know? How? Nani? Tomois. How many languages do I have to say? Like, not a lot of muscles. It was. Okay. You were scaring me for a moment, Mama T-Rex. I was almost at a complete loss of words right then. I was gonna be like, how did you know? Like, oh my goodness, this is what's wrong with having a dirty mind. All right. I gotta get going, but I blame you, Mama T-Rex. Okay, okay, okay. Breathe. Okay. That's as good as like the turkey incident. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Center. All right. So I will be back tomorrow between 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Nothing to pack there. You mean nothing to unpack? Small packages. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I will be off. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. And if not, I will see you soon. But thank you for coming through, and thank you for joining me in my live. And if you haven't done so already, please follow. And consider joining Team Janifer by pressing the heart button here, unless you're watching on your browser, in which case I'm pointing at nothing. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you all. See you all soon. Mama T-Rex is it's always like every single time I can't. All right. All right. I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. Have a great night.